makes this style a mastered in. You catching headaches, what? You need aspirin? This type of pain you couldn't even kill with Midor. What? Round gets sprayed with Lysol in your face like the can of mace, baby. Is it burning? Well, see now, you learning how. I don't even like your profile, it's like wow. Bad styles, I seen and heard. No one knows, you forget. Be quiet as cat. Now you know nothing before you know a whole blood clot lot. You don't want to get shot. A lot of MCs came.
Extraordinaire for rock singing star, a great one. Female entertainer of the year in my mind, Cyndi Lauper, Dave Wolf. Welcome aboard. And I understand you've got even more in store for the fans of the World Wrestling Federation. I know they're going to find it as a big surprise.
Absolutely, Gene. It gives me great pleasure at this time to bring on the fabulous Freebirds to the World Wrestling Federation. Come on, guys.
All right, J.D. Michael Hayes.
Talking about so excited. You know, there's a lot of people out there that know the Freebirds already. For those of you that don't, I'll lay it right down to you. Standing behind me, my big brother, 285 pounds of walking, talking, romping, stomping, graveyard destruction. Over to my left, my other brother, Buddy Roberts, 240 pounds of hot stuff, and he don't stop till he gets enough. And baby, what you're looking at is 250 pounds of twisted steel and sex appeal. Mama, I'm so doggone bad you'd think I'm unreal. Put it all together, and it's 740 pounds of Fantasia, the baddest wrestling team ever assembled. And you know, there's a lot of people knocking rock and roll, man.
Well,
a lot of people are knocking us because of the way we are, the way we were brought up on Bad Street. I'm talking about Bad Street, USA. The further down the block you went, the better it got. And baby, we lived in the last house. And if you don't like our long hair, they can just leave these long-haired country boys alone.
I like rock and roll, gentlemen, for the record.
That. You know, I know there's a lot of competition right here to WWF. It's happening all over the world. We're looking forward to facing all the competition. I know there's a bunch of nasty individuals out there, but you've got to realize we don't mind getting nasty ourselves if that's what it takes.
Terry, whatever you say, Buddy, quickly.
Hey, all I got to say is, Dave, we're not going to let you down, ever. The reason we're not going to let you down is because we've never let us down.
The Freebirds are here. Stay tuned.
We had, say what? A whole lot of superstars on this stage here tonight. But I want y'all to know one thing. This is my house. And when I say who's
word attack skills and vocabulary too. Cover hits in the disc edition is all brand new. You're through. I'm interplanetary and like Doctor Who. So who?
Fuck your beef, no relief. I step on stage, girls scream like I'm Keith.
What's up, everybody? Keith and Keshia in the building. Ringtime Pro Wrestling at it again. Keshia, say hi to the people.
Hey, you know what's weird?
What's up?
Like, okay, so you go to college, right? And then you watch your friends get drunk and they act a fool and everybody's wilding and partying for like 4 years. And then you go on about your lives, right? And you watch these same people become doctors and lawyers and teachers, and you're like, bruh, I remember you throwing up in the bathroom like every other weekend. Like,
I'm gonna tell you, I know some worse stories about people, and you know what my fascination is always? You a parent now.
Yeah, right.
Like they gave you a kid. Who did that?
Like they go about their lives and they have like whole careers, and then like they out here, you know, teaching other people's kids, and you know, they are all running courtrooms and stuff like that. And you like, bruh,
they are
they
cops.
let you do that?
Arresting people for drunk driving. It's like, bruh.
Excuse you?
Right. How dare you? Yeah, man, I had to get this dude a DUI last night. Sir, I rolled back with you one time.
Right.
And you drove the whole sidewalk all the way home. No.
Now I give it to a lot of people I knew, you know. They were half and half. It was like half they partied a lot, but the other half, it didn't do too much of that. But we all, we all got to the end together. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's just funny to the media, and I see it, on TV, and just, I know about it in real life. Like, I talk to my friends, and I'm like, man, like, you really out here motivating people and stuff. Like, but I remember that one time, you just can't get over it. It's like you really out here being an adult and stuff. Like, this is not how I picture this continuing in life. Like, this is just, I find it funny. And I'm glad, everybody, is out here, living their lives and living their dreams or whatever. But, man, the way we got here, is just funny. It's like, whew. Okay, I had to start that off because this is how I had to start the show off. I had to give it a good laugh today.
Yeah, I'm
telling you.
You ever roll by people's like Facebook page and they post old things, and not just they post old things like it's new, but then it's stuff that's kind of been debunked, but people still feel the need to share it, and it's like, what, this ain't worth it.
Right.
And this is the thing. In my head and in my brain, I feel compelled to like say something, but I don't, because it ain't worth it, right? Because somebody posted this thing. It's called from yournewswire.com, which also, I'm going to teach you people one day about reputable news sites. I am. One day I'm going to sit down and have a whole bill on what's reputable, what's not. And it said, Insider, Bill Cosby was framed to prevent him from buying NBC. Okay. On the crux of this state, yeah. So, no, it's a common internet theory, right? Of course, among woke people, right? And this is just an observation. I believe most woke people got D's in school.
You ain't right.
No, I'm serious.
You were terrible.
Because the woke people I know generally were not well versed academically, but they seem to be woke as hell now. So, like, real school didn't work, so they tried something imaginary or something. So, and then all of a sudden, they did these deep thinkers that the world didn't understand. You know what I mean? The man.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, the man.
I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, but they also believe the Willie Lynch letter is real. So, just kind of some things. And despite all the facts that you give them of why it's not real, they will still continue to quote and argue you. So it is what it is, right? But I just saw that and I was like, ooh, boy, that's another one. Also, woke people ain't no fun. They will ruin everything for you. It's like they see you having fun and be like, nope, gotta tear it up. Y'all eating chicken sandwiches? I bet y'all won't go vote. Just let people eat the damn chicken sandwich.
But that's how it usually is, though. It's like, but it's funny because some people sound like they make sense, but some people just sound stupid. They just really sound like idiots, and they really don't even realize it. Yeah, you out here eating these chicken sandwiches. Have you registered to vote? What the hell does one got to do with the other?
Right, like everybody eat chicken
people
sandwiches.
Can't enjoy a chicken sandwich?
Yeah, everybody eat chicken sandwiches is not registered to vote, apparently.
What? Like, what are we doing here?
They didn't vote. Like, what I mean? Like, they didn't vote in the last election. They're the reason for all of this stuff that you got going on right now. But I digress. Here we are talking about wrestling. So basically, the structure of this show this week is the deep dive into the fall TV schedule. So, for those people who don't know how television works, this is the time where TV networks unveil their new fall lineups, right? And season premieres kick off. So all your favorite shows, if you haven't seen them in a while, they'll be back, yada, 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 right? Now, due to streaming and cable shows and stuff like that, sometimes you get different. You know, you get a different thing on schedule, but for the most part, this is how network television works, right?
Right.
For the first time in a long time, more than one wrestler company has a TV deal, a national TV deal. And the company that's generally dominated this, they got like 3 shows now. So,
right.
What has happened is, I told them 6 nights a week you could watch wrestling on television, right? And that actually leaves some stuff out. So, I'll put it like this. If you, as a kid, decided you wanted to be a pro wrestler or dreamed of being a pro wrestler, now's the time. It ain't gonna get no better. Or I ain't gonna say it's gonna get no better. I don't know. But this is gonna be one of those times as good as it gets. Which,
right,
it might be a little late to start now. You probably should have started 5 years ago. But 5 years ago when wrestling wasn't cool, hey, if you would have got in it, you'd be able to cuss and take advantage of this thing that's going on right now, right? Because on the chart of things I got out there, I don't have MLW on the list, and they're going to be on BNTV, which is not the most widely distributed platform, but I'm just telling you, there's a lot going on. Ring of Honor is still being distributed through Sinclair and trying to figure out, you know, how they're going to handle themselves in this new climate, right? So, there's a lot going on. But we're going to talk about it all. But first, we're going to go down the line. We're going to do what we usually do. We're going to get into Raw, SmackDown, all the other stuff that's went on this week. And then figure out how we're going to navigate this. Keish, I don't know how I'm going to watch all of this stuff.
I don't either, because I don't have that kind of time in my schedule.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things. We're going to have to hire some interns. Get some college kids who want some credit and then say, hey, look, this is what you do. You watch it. We'll record a show 2 times a week. Y'all will be the early week people. Y'all will be the late week people.
Right.
Then, y'all want to write for the site? Cool. Write me some recaps. Because we can publish every day now. Because I myself, who don't have to go into an office every day, still don't know how I'm going to manage all the time. Which, coincidentally, if I was going to an office every day, I know how I would watch all of this. Because I got a lot of wrestling done sitting in a cubicle. Since I no longer do that, I'm behind on podcasts and everything else. I never realized how much work I got done at work. Because I still did the job that they paid me for. You know what I mean?
I laugh because I think of that same thing when I think about how far I've gotten in my degree program, and it's all thanks to me working night shift.
Oh my God. You know, I finished college working overnight. Like, that's how I finished school. Like, I worked overnight and did my homework overnight on the computer at the desk every night at that concierge station. That's how I was figuring it out.
Man, the power of working overnight is strong out here. It ain't for the weak, though. I give you that.
No.
It is not for the weak.
Ideally, if I could get another gig right now, I wouldn't mind a part-time work from home overnight. Even though...
No, oh no. Don't do that.
But yeah.
But I can't. No, I realize that I commend folks that work from home because, man, if I don't know if I could. I don't know if I understand.
Yeah, I used to do it once a week, and it wasn't bad. I mean, there's some things that I had to adjust to, but you know, all in all, it worked out. I'm trying to think if there's anything I'm leaving out. Had a long day today. Was at the golf course, sweating it out. Me and Dad did not think about, hey man, it's gonna get hot out here. And not a breeze in sight. Not a breeze in sight, Keish. I mean, it was one of those things like, whew. Like the devil just sat next to you, was like, hey, what's going on? I don't know what's going on, but this is hot. It's the end of September. Who the hell dialed up 90 degrees at the end of September?
Right.
And for you people who don't believe in climate change or global warming, man, it's happening. Keish, I'm supposed to have on a hoodie. It is September 26th. I am supposed to have on a damn hoodie. I got on shorts and a tank top. Can't deal. I'm not saying I want winter, but damn it, fall. Wasn't fall a season? Wasn't spring a season? You know, I ain't had fall or spring this year. In 2019, I've had like 7 months of summer.
And it's too late in September for it to be this hot. Like, it's ridiculous.
Hey, man.
Like, I'm still having the AC on blast. Like, this is not. Why is it still hot in my car when I get inside?
That is another life complaint that I have. This is a bull. I'm tired of these high electricity bills, and this was supposed to be my time of reprieve. I could spend that money somewhere else. Like, understand, there's a very small sweet spot, right, in your bill paying life where you can not run the air, but it ain't hot enough to. I mean, it ain't cold enough to turn on the heat. So you just run it for about it's only like a little bit like a month, right? But man, it's so nice. It's like a 1 month on each side of the seasons. But Keish, it's so nice. You like electricity bill? I could deal with that. Gas bill? I could deal with that. For the most part, there was mostly a trade-off. Like, right now, my gas bill probably like $25. But, yeah, come November, December, oh, yeah, it's $148 now. Light bill went down, but gas bill going up. Yeah, but there's usually a sweet spot where you don't deal with that for a little while. And I'm not getting that. I'm getting straight up 5 hours away heat. And it got the nerve to be cool in the morning. So now with those 30-degree swings, you're going to mess around and get sick.
Right. Exactly.
So, and you don't even know how to dress. But neither here nor there. We're going to get into this wrestling because that's what we came here for. And, I was afraid I didn't turn the mics on. So, Raw. Keish, what did you think this week?
I honestly just don't know what to think, to tell the truth.
Yeah.
I'm really at
Here's the thing.
right now.
For the most part.
I'm really at a loss right now. It's like I don't even know what to say. Like, I just... What?
All right. For the most part, halfway decent show, right?
Right.
and I have no complaints. So Seth Rollins has he comes out, talks about the week and what he got coming up and so much crap. Braun Strowman comes out, they end up talking back and forth, and they end up having a match later on that night, right? I'm going to say this immediately. This is how you overexpose a champion, right? He is having to do this every single week, and it's like, that is not the goal or the reason of the champion. Even though I think we've been sold this idea. Because of during the Monday Night Wars, basically, right? They did something what they call hot shot to territory. So, both companies gave you a lot of their top guys because they was trying to figure out ways to get you engaged. I think at the end we carried that over as a standard, and somehow your champion is always driving. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I think that wears him out, and I think it wears on his image with the public. So, just thought. But yeah, so seeing Rollins, Braun, Rusev, since his return, has been looking strong. He defeated EC3, who I think that guy needs to go back to NXT. If anybody needs to go to NXT, it's probably EC3.
Yeah, he does.
They need to cultivate the character a little more. Like, he carried the name, he carries the character, but it doesn't. First of all, it doesn't really resonate, right? See, if you had watched Impact Wrestler TNA, you understand it, but obviously, you know, some of his best work was during a time where nobody was watching that stuff. But I think they have to go a little bit of a deeper dive with that and create more of an investment with the fan base. When they brought him along from NXT, I think part of the reason was they feel like as experienced as he was, maybe he could make it pop, but they didn't really give him nothing to work with. But yeah, Rusev defeats EC3. Sasha Banks defeats Nikki Cross in a fairly good match. Best match of the evening, Lacey Evans not best match of the evening, but Lacey Evans and Ember was pretty darn good. It was suspenseful. I thought it did some help. It did some good for both ladies. Even though Lacey Evans winning with the sharpshooter is a little hokey, and I don't think that was good for Ember either. You know, like taking somebody and they're winning outside of their normal finisher. That's playing games, and you know, I need, if you go put Ember, you know, like a main roster person,
right,
who you have like high hopes for in a match like that, they need to be taken seriously. And even when they lose, it should be like a serious loss. Just a thought. Right. Carmella is your new 24/7 champ, Keshia. What we doing with that?
You know what? I was just about to make a comment about Lacey, Amber, and now we're gonna bring in Carmella. I'm gonna bring her into this too. I don't know how to feel about how they're. You know, at one point these women were. Well, Amber was a random number one contender for a women's title, but the other ones weren't. You know what I'm saying? Like, Carmella was a champion. Like, it's like, what are we doing here? You know what I'm saying? Like, they literally snatched Lacey and from where she was, and then Amber, they just brought her back down, like, really fast. And then it's just, like, to me, I feel like, okay, you have your front runners, like, in the women's division, but at least keep the other ones in the mix somehow. You know, like, they really just, it gets to a point where you forget that some of these women are even here. Carmella being a 24/7 champion doesn't really do anything for me, especially considering that she's been running around with R-Truth this whole time. to get the title, you know, to help him keep the title in the first place and all that kind of stuff. It's like, so what are you doing about that? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really random and all over the place, and I feel like there needs to be a little bit more structure to the writing at this point, because now you're just making up stuff. And I like the fact that the 24/7 champion is so random, you know, with the winners and who it's kind of refreshing to not only to Raw and SmackDown. You know, it's a hilarious segment to have. You know, you have these people running around, you know, for this title and all that kind of stuff. It's really understandable, but at the same time, you know, there has to be, you know, some things have to make some kind of sense. You know what I'm saying? And I don't knock the fact that there's been multiple women that have won the 24/7 title. I think it's actually kind of awesome. But, you know, it's like, where do you go from here? Especially because Carmella was connected with R-Truth, and R-Truth has had the most wins of this championship so far. And, you know, she spent all her time trying to help him keep up with the title and, you know, keep the title and all that kind of stuff. And now she's the 24/7 champion. So, like, is she going to be running around, you know, trying to keep it from him? Like, what are we doing here? You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess we'll just have to kind of see how that goes.
So the way it was presented last night was, well, not last night, I'm sorry, Monday. First of all the dudes stopped chasing Truth, right? Well, not stopped chasing, but they paused in the ring. Carmella won, and then the dudes didn't chase. Then it was a bunch of women from the locker room chasing her, which I don't, just because the title has been intergender for, you know what I mean, I don't know how that's working out. Now I know Truth helped her escape, and I guess he's going to play like the helper. Like, you got to keep those two together. But
yeah,
I just don't know, like, what all that really means. But they're in on this. I'll say that. They're in on this, and they believe that they got something with this 24/7, and Truth is their guy for this. And I give him credit. He has made it at least entertaining, right?
Right.
And that dude, he'll make it work. Like, if you give him a gimmick, you might not like it, but he'll make it work.
Right.
Chad Gable defeated Baron Corbin via disqualification. Thought that was a pretty good match. I didn't feel the same energy from the King of the Ring match, but I will say, good on them keeping Gable kind of in the mix. And I don't know how these rosters going to divide up next week, but good seeing Gable in the mix. The biggest gaffe I got from the evening: Rey Mysterio wins the Fatal 5-Way and will face Seth Rollins next week. Why?
That's my question, because we know the outcome of that already, you know? Yeah. So it's just kind of like, what is the point?
Okay, this is overexposure of a champion, too. So, next week, like, it's a big hyped up match. Universal Champion will be, you know, defending the belt. He's scheduled for Hell in a Cell to defend the title. He's not going to lose.
Right.
So,
exactly.
What are we doing? And we saw all that hype, and we're not even entertaining like he might lose. And y'all use Rey, and no offense to Rey, but, like, Rey don't need to get over. We know who Rey is.
Right.
And, you know, they sound like it's going to be a dream match, yada, yada, yada. Nah, man. It's going to be a thing, and it's going to end a shenanigan. You know.
It's just going to be a waste.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to be a waste. Like, it's just no point. Because you already know that Seth is not losing his title.
Right.
So there was no point of having... There doesn't need to be a title match every week. It doesn't need to be... The champion doesn't need to make an appearance. He doesn't need to wrestle every week. The champion doesn't need... He can come out and do promos. He can make appearances and stuff, but there doesn't need to be a fight. It doesn't need to be a match. It doesn't need to be a title match. You know what I'm saying? Like, that to me lets me know that there's poor writing. Because in a 3-hour show, you should be able to create enough material with the roster that you have to where this doesn't even need to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have too many people and too much potential running around there for you to have, let's say, Seth Rollins on Raw 4 times during the night. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing here? Like, all of that is unnecessary. You have enough wrestlers, men and women, you know, in order to create random matches. You have 3 hours. You have 3 hours for a show. There's no reason why somebody should be on the show 5 times. There's no reason why you should have somebody wrestling twice in a night. There's no reason why there should be a fatal 5-way for a number 1 contender, for there to be a match for the title next week, when you know you can't have the champion lose the title. There's just no reason for this stuff. It's absolutely unnecessary. And if you can't figure out a way to utilize that 3 hours of time in a better way, then you need to get new writers. like you need some new creative developers or something. Like, y'all got to brainstorm better. Like, somebody got to be doing something. Somebody ain't doing something right.
Well, part of the reason with that is that they got too many cooks in the kitchen, so they got a lot of people trying to put together a cohesive story, and it just doesn't always work out. So Seth Rollins and Braun had their main event, and it was going good until the Fiend showed up and attacked both of them. How are you feeling about the Fiend?
I like the Fiend. I think that the recreation of Bray Wyatt has been absolutely incredible. At first, I wasn't feeling it because of the way that they presented him first, you know, with the whole, like, Playhouse thing. But the turn they took with it was very unexpected, but it's absolutely phenomenal. I am in full support. I think the Fiend is definitely a good recreation for him. You know, the repackaging they did with him is definitely that definitely went in the right direction. I feel like it's a success. Everything from his ring entrances to the random pop-ups, you know, I think that is perfect, personally, because I feel like it's feeding into the new character that he portrays. Because we still see bits of the old Bray Wyatt, but it's not, you can tell it's not the same. I like it. I'm all for the Fiend. I must say, I'm definitely a fan.
Here's what I'll say. I think they did a good job so far. I'm interested to see what happens after Hell in a Cell, right? I'm also interested to see, do they put a belt on it? Because this seems like the kind of character that wouldn't carry a belt, right? You'd have him go close and then, you know, maybe blow it on some shenanigans, but he doesn't seem like the kind of guy. I just don't know what to make of it. But I'll say this, it's interesting and fresh, and you do not get that a lot of times in wrestling at all. You do not get that in wrestling at all. So
You don't.
and with that, we're gonna hit the break. We'll be back. News, birthdays, the usual stick shebang, and
of course,
we'll be back.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got a taste of it a little earlier on here on Saturday night's main event when the madness met the mania. I am talking about Macho Madness and Hulkamania, two mega powers meeting here tonight. Hulk Hogan, what is happening?
Well, you know, me and Gene, we really don't know what we're dealing with here, man. And I'm just kind of a little worried about walking up here.
It's all right.
Because we just might blow the whole planet up, you know. Everybody knows that Hulkamania is the strongest force in this universe. But when I hit that ring and I saw what the madness was all about, I realized there was a whole nother universe out there, a whole nother frontier, and the power of the madness and the mania just blew my 24-inch guns out, man.
You mean to tell me there is another solar system, Macho Man?
Unbelievable. I'm still in a state of shock right now.
In fact, I don't think the money comes down for a long period of time.
Yeah, reckless abandon is what it used to be, yeah.
But Elizabeth opened up her eyes to the big man, right here, the big man, yeah. He endorsed Macho Man this and he gave me direction, yeah. So useless direction now with the mega power, yeah. Mega powers, yeah. I feel the power now. I feel the power right there.
Wasn't a hit over the head, Macho Man.
No, man, I'm all right.
There's never been better, yeah. Don't you worry about the hit over the head, man. I'm just worried about where we're going from here. Is it the stratosphere, man? Is it the ionosphere with the madness and the mania as one guiding force? We could go ahead and take the whole
I cannot believe this. And all that has happened here on Saturday night's main event, the Mega Powers, the Madness, Macho Man Randy Savage, and the heavyweight champion and Hulkamania.
Yo, we are back. So, we'll put the clap.
I'm sitting here, let me put on my glasses. I'm up here straining my eyes. We were just talking about this during the break.
Yeah.
I'm up here. For those of y'all that don't know, I don't have 20/20 vision. You know, I'm one of those people in the world that can't see without help. So, you know, it is what it is.
All right. Birthday season. So, today, because it's still Thursday, Asuka celebrates her birthday. Asuka turns 37? Sorry, 38. Yeah. Buddy Murphy, I guess, turns 31. There are no birthdays tomorrow. September 28th, Jason Jordan turns 31. And the Lethal Weapon, Steve Blackman, will be 56. And the most important birthday of them all will be also Saturday. That will be mine. I will be 40. 40.
You can't forget about the living legend. Like, I was about to say, you mentioned yourself. You know I was going to bring it up.
Yeah, man.
Like, let's not do that, okay? Let's just not do it, all right?
40. I've really been reflecting on, like, what that really means. But, yeah, 40.
Yeah, so you and Steve Blackman have the same birthday?
Yeah.
That's kind of dope.
Not really. I don't do well with birthday twins. I'm serious. I don't, like, if you Google, like, famous birthdays on the day, I don't generally, you know. So, yeah. It's kind of like, okay, I'll say this. I beat your birthdays, because yours is Pitbull one. Like, that's like the only birthday on March 11th.
Yeah, true. Well, you know what, though? It's funny because when I think of zodiac signs, like the first thing that comes to mind is my zodiac is associated with a lot of serial killers. So I don't really.
Yeah.
I don't really, I just be like, yeah, we're not gonna talk about that. We just gonna leave that out.
Yeah.
So we're gonna shove that to the side a little bit.
Yeah. Statistically, Marcus should have been a pro wrestler.
Yeah, you know what? And that is hilarious to me. Could you imagine our brother being like Intercontinental Champion right now?
I can see that.
And you know what? That'd be kind of dope, though. That would be dope. I'm not gonna lie.
But like,
just try to talk him into it.
Yeah, he got like 7 guys that have birthdays on the same day as him. I was like, wow, like, dude, this must be the day to be a pro wrestler.
Right? Yeah. No, like that's literally what that sounds like. Like he should have that should have been his calling right there. At least a manager. You know what I'm saying? He could have been out there like Paul Heyman or something. I can see it. I can definitely see it. We gotta tell him that. We gotta let him know it.
He'd be like, hell no, man. I ain't doing that shit. First dude hit me, it's going down for real.
But I forgot where he at.
Yeah.
Like they can't pay me enough. Like, oh my God.
I don't think you're supposed to stop the people.
Right.
Yeah. So news. Keish, John Morrison coming back to the WWE.
I don't know how I feel about that, to tell the truth. Like, I really honestly don't know how, because he's gone how many years outside of WWE? Yeah, like, I don't know how I feel about that.
He has been Johnny everything. Johnny
Right.
Mundo, Johnny Nitro,
Johnny Impact. Like, I don't know. I don't really, because the reason why I say that is because I have to wonder, like, what his role would be in WWE at this point. Like, is he going to continue to wrestle? Is he going to be behind the scenes? Like, if he is wrestling, is he just going to go back to being a mid-card? Like, I don't understand, like, what exactly they're going to do with him at this point. Because in the indies, ever since he's been outside of it, he's been a main eventer, So I just really have to wonder, like, how is he going to roll back into WWE at this point? It's very, very iffy with me. I don't know how to feel about it. I hope that they don't just push him into the background with him returning, but I also have to wonder, is this the best move for him? Like, I really honestly am scared for him.
Yeah. I'll say this. I think his talent, his skill set would be an asset. They're not unfamiliar with him. He's not unfamiliar with them. I think you might see bigger names make jumps with the current TV climate because people have money to spend and people also want to freshen up their show.
Right, right.
Yeah, that's it. Chyna's going to be a playable character in WWE 2K20?
I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I'm excited about that. But I don't, honestly, I'm a little bit aggravated, if that's the way to put it, if that's the word I want to use. I'm a little bit aggravated because you gave her just due after she died. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like y'all should have tried to give her flowers while she was here. And that, to me, it irks me. You you already done slid her into the Hall of Fame, you know, not by herself, but with DX. You know, that's how you, this is how you got her into the Hall of Fame. You put her in with DX, and you just put the whole group in there together. And then, now she's a playable character, and then she should have been in this position. You know, this is something that should have been. But I digress. I'm happy that this is actually happening. Baby wrestler hands down. And I'm excited, you know, about this situation. I'm glad that they have made the decision to make her a playable character. And I wonder if there's going to be more Chyna, you know, in the future. Like, of course, you know, they always had like figurines and stuff, and I'm wondering if that's going to be a thing, you know. But I take what I can get for right now.
Yeah, here's the thing.
Definitely.
So, this is going to sound horrible, and I don't want it to sound as bad as it's going to come out, but Chyna, the best thing for her legacy is that she passed away. And what I mean by that is people deal with things better when people pass away, right?
Right.
People are not as critical of them, or they pass mistakes, yada, yada, yada. And also, and this is the big one, they can't mess it up for themselves. So there's no interview that she's going to go on and say something and, you know, piss people off.
Right.
She ain't going to say nothing bad about Triple H and Stephanie and their relationship and yada, yada, yada. And I don't know if she was, you know, at the end of her life, ready for that to be, like, bygones be bygones, right? But,
right.
You know, she's kind of removed away from the porn thing, and I don't think that's the first thing that comes up with her name on a Google search. I mean, I'm sure it's in there, but I'm sure that's not like the leading thing anymore. But there was a time when that was like the leading thing, and that's why WWE kept the distance from her. Like, whew, we can't have that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that's when she was talking real reckless in interviews about Stephanie and Triple H, too. So, I think her passing kind of, you know, all that. And now she's able to be a playable character in the video game. And whatever else they have to use her and try to manipulate. Always remember that the WWF they got the Warrior Award and all this Ultimate Warrior stuff. They made a 90-minute documentary called The Self-Destruction of the Ultimate Warrior, where they give him straight ether.
Yeah, true.
It's like they found every wrestler that didn't like him and said, hey, you want to be in a video?
Right.
Every old manager that didn't like him, hey, man, you want to be in a video? And just railed him. So,
this is true.
But it is what it is. I don't think there's a lot other news and notes except for because there's some stuff we're going to talk about in the TV war segment that I guess I don't necessarily want to get into. Well, not really TV war. It's the TV schedule. There's no real wars going on, right? Everybody's going to eat from this, I think.
Right.
SmackDown. Erick Rowan defeated Daniel Bryan. Chad Gable defeated poor Mike Kanellis. I did not see the segment, so I don't know if his wife embarrassed him any further.
Right.
Sasha Banks and Bayley defeated Charlotte Flair and Carmella. Shinsuke Nakamura defeated Ali, non-title match. This one I would say, I don't know how they're going to build their feud, but obviously this is the feud that they're going for.
Yeah, true.
They're wrestling each other every week probably ain't the best idea, but hey, I just work. Well, I don't work. I work here. I don't work there. Just watch the stuff.
I mean, I don't. Yeah, you know. Of course, we know that that's not the best idea. But that's probably how they're going to go forward with it, and they need to figure out something else.
Yeah.
They just do, because that's definitely not going to work. Having them wrestle every week is just not okay, because there's only so many times. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like it gets to a point where after the third time, it's like, all right, what are you doing with this for real? Because this is getting boring, you know? So, hopefully they can stretch that out or do something else with it, because that's just not going to work. That's not going to work.
The New Day defeated the B Team. Getting back on the winning side. The Kabuki Warriors. I hadn't seen them in a while. Defeat Fire and Desire. And the show closes out with Shane McMahon and Kevin Owens discussing a ladder match where I guess like a loser leaves town kind of gig.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah.
I mean, okay. So Kevin, of course, is fired and whatever, right? Quote unquote. And y'all having a loser leaves town match or whatever.
Yeah.
But Kevin ain't even an employee, quote unquote. Like, how does that work?
I guess,
like,
well, when he filed the injunction and the wrongful termination suit and all that stuff, maybe that held some things up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess. I'm going to say they have to make sense of this somehow, because to me, I'm like, no, that doesn't make sense at all. But, you know, that's just me. I don't know. I'm just a fan. You know, I just watch. So, I guess, you know, but you know what, though, I will say this, and I'm going to, it's just a little simple note. When it comes to some of the main event stories, they know how to work the storyline. When it comes to the mid-card, you can see it slip right there. You know, like when it comes to anything outside of the main event storylines, it starts to just, you could feel like it's an afterthought almost. All right, we took all this time developing this, let's throw this together and then we'll have a show. It's like, I feel like there should be some kind of equity. I'm not saying, you know, the whole mid-card should be, I feel like they both should be treated almost the same. They should be given the same kind of effort. There we go. That's what I'm trying to say. Of course you're going to have more care for the main event, and I understand it. But the storylines should be built better for the mid-card. Because of the simple fact that you have titles outside of your top titles. You have other titles outside of your Universal Championship, your Heavyweight Championship, your women's titles. You know, like, you have tag team titles for Raw, SmackDown, and the women. You have an Intercontinental Champion. You have a United States Champion. You have a Cruiserweight Champion. So I feel like there should be some effort in making sure that these titles stay relevant and that you give them the attention they deserve as being championships. That's all. That's my TED Talk for tonight.
That's your soapbox? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think a lot of this is just them scrambling and trying to figure some stuff out. NXT came on television again. They got a 2-week head start on this. They go flip it over to the network. Next week there won't be no flipping. It'll just be the show in its entirety. Go ahead. You know what? Something changed, Keish.
What's up?
I was gonna check out SmackDown on the Hulu, and you can't check it on the Hulu no more. It's like locked down.
Yeah.
I guess it's got something to do with them going to Fox, but yeah. You can still watch Raw. You can watch NXT.
And I'm guessing that's because of the deals they have with USA. But with SmackDown going to Fox, I guess there has to be some kind of... But Fox, there's Fox shows on Hulu, so that's why I'm confused as to why, this is different. Is it because since they switched over to Fox that now they're just going to start this all over again?
Yeah.
I'm guessing they're waiting until they have their first show on Fox to, for you to be able to see it on there again.
Yeah. So Keith Lee defeats Dominic Djokovic. Dakota Kai wins her match. Matt Riddle defeats Killian Dane, and Matt Riddle will face off against Adam Cole for the NXT title next week.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah. Heavy hitting. First program, so we'll see how it all works out. And that leads us to the upcoming wrestling television schedule.
Right.
So, Keish, Monday night, Raw, 3 hours.
Right.
Tuesday night, SmackDown will no longer be on Tuesday, it will be on Friday because it will be coming on Fox. So Tuesday night was open.
Right.
Impact said, we'll take that. We just bought this whole big network, and we're going to put the show on the network that we bought. So Impact Wrestling will be on Access TV on Tuesday night.
Now, is that a regular cable network?
Yeah. There used to be HD Net. I don't know how many providers. Yeah, I don't know the global reach of it. But,
okay.
Yeah, definitely an active cable network.
Okay.
So they're going to be on actual television. And give that company credit, man. I'd have closed that place 5 times.
Right.
They keep it moving. And they do what they got to do. And I appreciate that.
You're right about that. I mean, they don't go down without a fight. This is just, I don't know. But
yeah, so
they definitely have lasted way longer than I have anticipated.
No, I mean, and then they fell off. They done fell off TV, and that's usually a death knell. And they stuck around and figured it out. Wednesday night is the big war day, right? Wednesday night, All Elite Wrestling will present Dynamite for the first time. WWE will present NXT. NXT will be on the USA Network. This week, it'll be the first one with the 2 hours fully on USA, as opposed to an hour to go over to the network for another hour. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, that's happening. And all eyes will be on both companies. Kids will be flipping back and forth, trying to figure it out. People will be on the social media, trying to see, you know what I mean? And I'm here for it. Now, I'll say this too. USA probably took it as this. We're losing SmackDown, but maybe, we'll keep the contract the same way. We'll take NXT. And quiet as kept, I think NXT has done probably some of their best ratings on a Wednesday night. Because even if they have a problem with All Elite, it's still sucking off a lot of the audience. Both of them will be probably doing better with their ratings than they would have otherwise, right?
Right.
So, regardless to who wins that night, they're both going to win because the network going to be like, No, we'll take that.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's kind of like, look, y'all had 1.2 million watching on Wednesday night. That's good. Because if we would have aired, an episode of Suits, we wouldn't go get that crowd.
Right.
So let's go with it. Same thing on TNT with AEW. Hey man, this beats the hell out of running, Brazilian Isles or something.
Right.
A rerun of Big Bang Theory.
Yeah. I mean, so that's all that was going to happen anyway. So now they have something to fill that slot. Now they got something that appeals to some of the viewers out there. You know what I'm saying? Because Raw already gives them, a good amount of the ratings that they be looking for Monday night. I mean, right now, of course, it's going to go down because it's football season, but they can make that up on Wednesdays now. But especially with the popularity of NXT, like all the fans that watch NXT on Wednesdays on the network are now going to be shifting over to USA. So they definitely are. I feel like that it's going to be a good move for them. But with AEW coming in, you know what I'm saying, like, there's going to be some competition.
What up?
I feel.
So it's definitely competition, and this is why. What NXT fans will follow NXT, pretty much, right? They developed the loyal base to make that work. The problem is that the same kind of fan that loves NXT is gonna be interested and want to watch AEW.
This is true. This is true.
So that's the thing there. Thursday night, NXT UK, not exactly on TV. That actually will be on the network, but I just thought I'd mention it. Friday night, SmackDown, Fox, Big Boy Network, Fox. They've done all the cross-brand promotion with the NFL and all this stuff, and they have paid all this money to flush the WWE stock up, with capital and all that, make the right investments.
I'm not gonna lie. It's going to be very weird to see WWE on Fox, Like, it's going to be weird to watch them. Because for so many years, I've seen them on, TNT. Well, I've seen wrestling on TNT. I've seen them on USA, of course. Spike and TNN when it changed over to that and whatnot, but Fox. I mean, even there was even specials on NBC. You know what I'm saying? MTV had Sunday Night Heat. I mean, Fox, like, that's one place. I swear I just never thought that I would see wrestling. Like, it bewilders me. Like, how did they get this contract,
Right.
I'm just kind of like, what did you do to get this contract? To get Fox to agree to this. Like, this is absolutely crazy to me.
Fox has put out crazier stuff. They have put out worse stuff. So
yeah, you're right about that. So I'm waiting to see how this is going to go. I really am. But they definitely got the right show for it.
Yeah.
So I just wonder how long it's going to last. I really do. I wonder how long it's going to last with Fox. Because with Fox, if the ratings ain't there, that's it. They have no problem Xing out a show if they feel like the ratings ain't there. But the good thing about WWE is they always have the network to fall back on. So even if, granted, of course they wouldn't, I wouldn't see them putting SmackDown on a network permanently. That would never happen. But they know that if they needed to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that's a cushion for them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if NXT were not to work out with USA, they can always just take it back to the network. It's nothing to just switch it over to their own outlet, because they have that. You know, it's theirs. They can change the schedule and how they want to. They can do what they want with it. So I give them that. But, and I'm not saying that it won't be successful. You know what I'm saying? We've seen shows, you know, go on for years. So it's just, I am just interested in seeing how this is gonna, you know, go down. Because this is different, you know? This is very different.
Okay. So SmackDown's Friday. And the heavy hitters are coming for SmackDown. Saturday night, Access TV again. World of Wrestling. So while WOW Women of Wrestling will be airing their program weekly, and then New Japan. And now the New Japan stuff is taped, and it'll be stuff that had happened earlier. But now it's no longer like, oh, the stuff that happened 3 years ago. It is stuff that happened last week.
All right.
So Monday through Saturday, Keish, you can literally watch wrestling every night at 8 o'clock.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Let's not forget about the Sunday pay-per-views.
Yeah, but that's just gonna be more of a convoluted thing with trying to deal with time. But Sunday is okay.
Yeah, this is true.
I say it's okay, but yeah. So, because then you're talking about 7 days. Man, that's a lot going on.
Yeah, that's a lot of wrestling. That's a lot of wrestling. So, to try to keep up with, man. Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have.
What show are you excited about seeing? Out of all of these and all the weeks. Yeah.
I have to AEW hands down. I'm guessing because I honestly, it's AEW because AEW is so fresh and new. And the popularity that it has drawn and the amount of time since it has actually started has been incredible. Like, I don't think, like, I really honestly did not think that it would be this hype, you know, already. From the time that it was announced to now, like, it's compounded so much popularity since then. And I'm excited to see how it plays out on a national network. Because it's one thing, you know, you have your shows and they have developed a schedule, and they're trying to get more cities, you know, for actual shows and everything, because now they're going to be running a week-to-week program, and they're going to pretty much be doing shows, and you know, to me it's so fast, you know. I'm excited to finally see the program for myself. I'm excited to see how it's going to go. You know, I'm honestly, because of course I love WWE, but I watch Raw every week. I watch SmackDown every week. I've watched both shows evolve through the years. Impact I've seen go through so many different, you know, stages. Because when I started watching Impact was on Spike TV every week, and it had a lot of popularity to it, you know, and all that, and then it fell off, and, you know, it's picking itself up. I've seen it go through so much. it's not like that with AEW because they don't have that history. They don't have a history. It's just what it is right now.
Right.
So that to me is the most anticipated show that I'm ready to see. I'm ready to see. Of course, like I've said before, I'm ready to see how SmackDown plays out on Fox. I'm ready to see how AEW does as a company in general. So I'm excited. Like that is definitely, I'm definitely gonna be in tune with that. So, and I know that, especially with it being a premiere week, you know, with all the shows, getting their jump start on their new nights and, you know, their new networks and, you know, getting, especially because they done changed. That's another thing I wanted to bring up too, especially because SmackDown and Raw are going to have new commentary teams. It's going to be a definite change in the whole atmosphere. You know, so I'm really at a point where I'm like, man, like this is going to be different. You know, but with AEW in the mix now, like you don't just have another show. You have a whole other wrestling company out here that's ready and willing to compete with everything else. That's it. Yeah. So they're going to put their best foot forward, and they're definitely going to give them everything because that's what they've been doing, like as of right now. I'm ready.
Well, this is what I'll say. The Wednesday Night War will be intriguing. I probably will want to see how Tuesdays play out. AEW, I think on Wednesday is going to be interesting because this is their first thing where they try to go week to week, right?
Right.
Like, what are the things with all those sellouts and stuff that they've done, and you know, since they started this journey, is that scarcity created a demand, right? And what I mean by that, you know, they break these records and they have these guys who hadn't been, or yada yada yada. Yes, and the fan base is rabid and all that stuff because they are not getting it consistently, right? And then you come up with the alternative. Great. I want to see, do they maintain this momentum now that people can just easily access it and have it? Or do they see it fall off a little bit? That would be my private.
Yeah.
Just go in there. But yeah, Wednesday nights is gonna be crazy. Gonna have probably a TV and a tablet going, so I can see everything in real time. Right. Raw is the staple of this. Gonna stay in place. Gotta love that. Yeah,
it's gonna be a lot.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a lot, but I think it's gonna be worth it. It's definitely gonna be worth watching.
Yeah.
I don't think, you know what? I honestly feel like I don't think any of them are gonna disappoint. That's just me, you know, being optimistic about it. I think that each company is going to give us something fresh and new for us to be intrigued about.
Mm-hmm. So, with that being said, Keish, I think that's it for this week's show.
Well, all right.
All right.
That's dope.
All right. Any closing remarks?
I want to give a shout out to you while we're on the show because I know Saturday is a landmark in your life. And I want to tell you, as my big brother, that I love you, and you have always been a role model with me. I don't know if you know or not, but I've always looked up to you. And I'm serious. Like, I really have. And I want you to know that we're going to make Saturday very fun and exciting for you. And I love you, and I can't wait to see you. This is going to be amazing. And I have been looking forward to it. I definitely want to let you know you are the best co-host. You're definitely one of the best brothers that I have. And I think you're one of the best brothers in the world. You know, ain't nobody got better brothers than me, okay? I'm just going to put it out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is, okay? Your brothers ain't better than mine, all right? That's enough of that. But anyway, so I just want to give a shout out to you, Keith, and an early happy birthday, of course. And I want to let you know that I love you, and you're awesome. And I mean, it's beyond words. Let's just put it like that. I've known you 32 years of my life, and I still think you're dope. So, you know, I think that's all I can put into words.
Well, I appreciate that, Keith. I'm not crying. I'm okay.
I have a way with words.
Yeah, I appreciate the love, and I can't wait to see you Saturday. And, you know, we're going to hang out, have a good time, and celebrate.
Of course. Yeah. We have to.
And with that, we are out. We will be back next week. Previewing Hell in a Cell, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, with that, peace.
Bye.